Good morning, everyone. How are you today? I am here this morning that I want to talk to you about what is called glycemic index. Now, I don't know if you've heard of that term or not, but I wanted to talk a little bit about it because it is a very important term to know. So I want to give you a brief definition of what glycemic index is. So glycemic index is a measure of how quickly a carbohydrate containing food raises your blood sugar level. Okay, and then this glycemic index has a scale. It is on a scale of 0 to 100, okay? And foods that are 55 or lower on the scale is considered to be low glycemic index, okay? So all foods that you eat has a glycemic index. So glycemic index of 0 means that it doesn't have any sugar in it at all, and then 1 of 100 means it is totally 100% sugar. All right, so when you are a diabetic or pre-diabetic, or you are someone that's trying to lose weight, then you want to be aware of what the glycemic index of the foods that you eat, because some foods will make your blood sugar spike pretty quickly. All right, now today I want to talk about fruit. Now there is a misconception that fruit is good for you. Okay, so, but however, if you have pre-diabetes and you have type 2 diabetes, not all fruit is your friend. So when you think of fruit, people think that that's healthy. But there are some fruits that people with type 2 diabetes or pre-diabetes need to stay away from. And for people who are trying to lose weight, because the doctor told them that if they can lose 10 pounds, it'll probably help their diabetes. And that is the truth. So sometimes the first thing that you want to do when you're trying to lower your blood sugar or you're trying to lower your A1C, the best thing to do is to start looking at weight management. You want to start looking at how can I lose a few pounds, because it is proven that people who lose weight can lower their blood sugars and lower their A1Cs and actually start reversing the diabetes. All right. So today I want to talk about I'm going to talk about 10 fruit that have a low glycemic index. And these are the fruit that I actually recommend to eat if you are a pre-diabetic or a diabetic. And these fruit that I'm going to talk about today will be good for you to have as just part of your regular meal, or you can use them for dessert instead of cake or pie or all those candy bars and things like that. Okay, so you want to definitely look at incorporating these 10 fruits that I'm going to talk to you today about. I want you to start looking at these 10 fruits and start adding them to your menu. All right, so most people use fruit as a snack, and that's a good thing. So we're going to talk about these 10 fruits that you can use as a snack, or you can use them as a dessert instead of the pies and cakes and candy bars. Okay, so the first fruit that I want to talk about is cherries. It actually, cherries is among the very lowest glycemic index fruits, and they're rich in antioxidants and potassium. You can eat them frozen or you can eat them fresh. Okay. The second fruit on my list of the best fruits to eat is raspberries. So raspberries are packed with fiber, and it has 8 grams of fiber in a cup of raspberries. So, and fiber is very important for people who are trying to lose weight. Okay, so you want to add more fiber to your diet. And it's also low in sugar. Number 3 is strawberries. So strawberries are another low glycemic index berry that's high in vitamin C and is high in fiber. Okay, and they can be eaten whole, or you can add them to yogurt, or you can add them to your smoothies. I don't recommend adding raspberries to your smoothies, though, but you can. Some people do. Now, the number 4 fruit is grapefruit. And grapefruit is a great source of vitamin C, and it has a very low glycemic index. Actually, the glycemic index for grapefruit is 25. So it's way below 55, which is, we're saying anything below 55 is a good low glycemic index. All right. Now, number 5 is pears. Now, pears are a good source of fiber, which helps to slow down the sugar absorption. Okay, so it's going to help you in that way. Number 6 is apples. Now, apples provide a good amount of fiber and are convenient. They're easy, they're everywhere. There's hundreds of different types of apples that you can choose from. All right, and it's very portable. You can put it in your purse. You can take it with you. Have an apple in the car, so when you have those cravings and things that most people have, and even the sugar cravings, this can satisfy sugar cravings and any other kind of craving. Apples and pears can do that. So number 7 is figs. Okay, now figs are another low glycemic index food to consider. Now, figs are a little challenging to find because they're pretty seasonal, but some people get the dried figs, which are, pretty good as well. And the dried figs probably taste a little sweeter than the plain fresh fruit. Okay. Number 8 is pomegranate. So pomegranates are rich in antioxidants, and these are antioxidants are good for everyone, okay, whether you have diabetes or not. Number 9 is apricots. So apricots are low in glycemic index and they're low in calorie. So they also have antioxidants, and they also help to lower the blood sugar. They have a potential to lower blood sugars. All right, so apricots are a good fruit to add. Now, apricots can be eaten fresh, but you can also get them dehydrated or, and served that way, the dried kind. All right. And then the last one fruit that I want to talk about on my list of 10 is plums. So plums is very good because it has a low glycemic index. They are pretty seasonal. You can only find them certain times of the year. So you want them to be fresh. And now prunes, prunes are plums, but they're dried. Prunes, however, does not have a low glycemic index. Prunes have a medium glycemic index. Okay, so these are 10 fruit that I recommend that people add to their menu, add to their diet to help lower your blood sugars, help give yourself a little bit more fiber every day, help add antioxidants to your diet. So these are good additions to your diet. And again, just as a reminder, you want to start looking at foods that have a low glycemic index. And then what is that? A low glycemic index is a measure of how quickly a carbohydrate containing food raises your blood sugar level. Okay? And it is a scale of 0 to 100, with 55 and lower being considered to be a low glycemic index. All right? So most foods that are fresh, that don't have a label, these are the foods that you want to eat. And these are the top 10 fruit that you want to add. All right. So that is it for today. I just want to make sure I give you, share that information with you, because a lot of people do ask me, what is a glycemic index? And so you do want to be aware of that when you eat. You want to be aware of that when you choose the foods that you're going to add to your daily diet. All right. So that's it for today. We will talk to you next time, and we will see you in the Holistic Healing Circle. All right. Take care.